Now you can listen to Wine and Dine Radio while shopping at the grocery store or your neighborhood wine merchant. Wine and Dine Radio can be heard using your wireless internet on your cell phone. You're listening to iWineRadio. iWineRadio is a production of Food Tastes Better with Wine on the web at iWineRadio.com. Hey guys, I thank you for listening to iWineRadio, and we are still the only wine channel on iTunes Radio. If you go look under iTunes radio icon and scroll down to News and Talk Directory, and it's listed alphabetically, click on that and the stream comes up immediately. iWineRadio.com, where you can find links to individual guests. And if anyone's interested in advertising or becoming an underwriter or sponsor, please contact us at iWineRadio.com. We really, really appreciate your support. The more support we get, the more conversations I can have with fascinating people around the world, including you. If you have a story to tell that you'd like to share on iWine Radio, go to iWineRadio.com and contact us, and we'll go from there.
Hi, this is Colby Smith, and I am the founder of the Concierge Alliance of Napa Valley and Sonoma, known as Canvas, and we specialize in networking and creating a strong community of hospitality professionals who work in the wine country. And you can find more information about us at www.conciergealliance.com or on Facebook at Canvas Connect.
I recently saw a press release. Well, actually, I think I've been on the email list to get information about this for a while, but it really didn't totally sink in my brain until recently. And I was learning about an organization called Canvas. And Canvas is a Concierge Alliance of Napa Valley and Sonoma. And they were providing some hospitality professional development training. And I want to give you a little bit of information in the intro here, because we're going to meet the executive director and co-founder of Canvas, Colby Smith. And Colby's primary focus is as the executive director and co-founder of the Concierge Alliance of Napa Valley. She also operates a private concierge service called Wine Country Access, providing her clients with very special access to wineries and other venues, customized for their unique interests and wine experience. Prior to that, she was the concierge desk. She was manning the concierge desk at Villaggio Inn and Spa. And before that, she has a very fascinating career. She owned a public relations firm in New York representing very, very high image-conscious clients internationally and domestically, including Gianni Versace and Revlon furs and jewelry. But believe it or not, she was actually active in the film industry as a production manager and producer, and she was an actress, model, and even a stunt woman. When you look at her picture, you see she looks like she's just a model of health and fitness. But we're going to talk to her today about Canvas. And Colby, thank you so very much for joining us today. And when I was learning and studying about Canvas in more detail, what occurred to me is that perhaps some listeners of Wine and Dine, they would like to avail of your services because they want something that's very private and very customized.
Yeah, for the Wine Country Access, that would be true. There are a number of different personalized or independent, rather, concierge services, and we are one of those. And that kind of reaches out a bit beyond what the hotels do. And obviously, since I'm the founder of Concierge Alliance, and a very important part of our membership is the hotel concierge and other independent concierges, we bend over backwards and are doing some wonderful things to support the hotel concierges and those other independents. So we work as a group, and we support each other, and so one concierge will call another and say, I'm working on this, and I have a particular request, and what do you think? Who do you know?
Really?
And
so there's a lot of networking between concierges in your membership.
Absolutely. Certainly within the valley, but what would be more obvious to you would be we have over 200 concierges as part of Napa and Sonoma Concierge Association, but they're actually in San Francisco. And what they've said is that we have made them experts on Napa now, and so when they get guests who are going to come up typically and spend a day or two in wine country, they can give them a really good start. However, since they're not here day to day, they may call one or two of the concierges here who they've gotten to know through all of our networking events and ask for a little support. So it works very nicely.
And Colby, how about, it occurs to me there are people who offer concierge services and travel agencies, so to speak, throughout the country and beyond, and would they also be able to take advantage through membership of your services and your networking?
They can take part in membership. Networking would depend on if they're in town or not. But, they can use the website, which has all the other concierges' contact information listed on it, and certainly all of our other 900-plus members who are made up of wineries and lodgings and restaurants and balloon companies and biking companies, all that kind of stuff. So they would have access to all of that. The other thing that they can do is they can call any of the concierges listed on the website here locally and ask for help, maybe refer their guests to a particular lodging like the New Andaz or Harvest Inn or one of those. And then they can collaborate with that concierge and give them a little bit of information about the guest who's coming and going to be staying there and support them in that way.
Wow. And I would imagine also that not only locally or within Northern California that people take advantage of this professional development training, but maybe people from outside the state or the region even would like to take advantage of that.
Very possibly. It is very regionally centric. So, sorry, I had a little distraction here. It's very regionally centric, and so if they were to come here, it would have the advantage of helping them not only with extraordinary information about being a superior hospitality professional, but also give them some information about the region, Napa and Sonoma also.
So talk to us about a trade show that you're working on.
That's something I'm very excited about, and that absolutely relates to what you were talking about for people outside the area. Because the purpose of the trade show is that for some reason up until this time, no one has ever done a trade show about hospitality and what the resources that are available here in Napa Valley and Sonoma, and also just to refresh in their minds or have them experience for the first time what an extraordinary and unique environment we have. So we are marketing for the trade show for people to come from outside the region. The first one we had this last year, we had people from Sacramento, from all the way down to Silicon Valley and San Ramon and places like that, as well as in the city and Marin. But we also had a few people from Texas and outside the area. Okay. And so they got to have an amazing lunch by some of the top caterers in the area, and they had an exhibit area where they got to meet more than 60 different resources that they could make use of and contact directly if they were creating an activity here, either bringing corporate meeting planners in or creating some kind of an event, whether it's a wedding or some other corporate type thing.
When is the date of the next trade show? I'm assuming this is going to be in 2013.
It is 2013. The first one was in Napa, and the one in 2013 will be the latter part of June. I haven't plugged in the exact date because we have to plan around the Napa Valley auction, wine auction, all kinds of stuff, but it's the latter part of June, and we're really looking forward to it.
In listening to you talk here, something's occurred to me, and that is that with what you've created with Canvas, are people approaching you from other significant wine regions in the country, kind of asking for franchise ideas?
Ooh, I love that idea. It is something that we've thought about, and we have talked with a couple of other regions that are wine specific. We're not taking action on that quite yet because I've got my plate full with a lot of the things that we're doing here, but we are expanding our website so that there are other services on it that between that and the template for doing the kinds of events we do, which is two different kinds of networking events, educational panels, educational speakers, and then, of course, the trade show and the training. By being able to offer all of that, yes, it would be a formidable package for other regions. I love Central California and Paso Robles, and some of those areas would be fun. Certainly northern West Coast, Portland and Washington, could be very interesting.
Yeah. Can I ask you, do you, in your in the educational services, do people have to be there physically, or do you offer them through Skype or some kind of a group sort of a thing where people could call in and participate and listen to a lecture and ask questions?
Yeah, that's a really good question. We do not, and there's a reasoning behind that. One of the things, and probably after I answer your question, I'll kind of give you a foundation of the focus of Canvas, and then it'll make sense. But one of the reasons we don't do that is that the purpose of a concierge is to have very, very personalized interaction. And one of the things we promote through our networking events is for the people who offer different services to know each other. And so a concierge can be sitting at a desk, or someone can be standing behind the counter at a wine room, and they have a guest, and the guest says, "Where shall I go?" Well, any of those people, hopefully through our organization, have had the chance to go to other locations, have gotten to meet the individuals at those locations, and they can literally pick up the phone and say, "Hey, Joan, I've got this kind of a guest, and I think they'll particularly like your winery or your service, and, here's a little bit about them." And so it gets very personalized in the referral process and getting to know each other. And so that's why we probably wouldn't go outside, doing things digitally.
And last question here. How many different levels of membership are there with the Concierge Alliance?
There are probably 15 or so different levels, wineries, saloons, etc.
Okay, cool. Well, we will have links up for people to learn more. Colby Smith, Executive Director and Co-Founder of Concierge Alliance of Napa Valley and Sonoma. Thank you so much for joining us today on Wine and Dine.
Thank you so much for chatting with me.
We will have links up for you to learn more, and they are on Facebook at Canvas Connect. You're listening to Wine and Dine. Now you can listen to Wine and Dine Radio while shopping at the grocery store or your neighborhood wine merchant. Wine and Dine Radio can be heard using your wireless internet on your cell phone. You're listening to iWineRadio. iWineRadio is a production of Food Tastes Better with Wine, on the web at iWineRadio.com. Hey guys, I thank you for listening to iWineRadio, and we are still the only wine channel on iTunes Radio. If you go look under iTunes radio icon and scroll down to News and Talk directory, and it's listed alphabetically, click on that and the stream comes up immediately. iWineRadio.com, where you can find links to individual guests. And if anyone's interested in advertising or becoming an underwriter or sponsor, please contact us at iWineRadio.com. We really, really appreciate your support. The more support we get, the more conversations I can have with fascinating people around the world, including you. If you have a story to tell that you'd like to share on iWine Radio, go to iWineRadio.com and contact us, and we'll go from there.